I'm not certain what time is it, but I can tell you we slept the first night at our BMW. We are that smart and bought ourselves a warm blanket, because without it, it would have been really cold. Yeah, let me get up now. Let's try to get out of here and turn on the engine to heat up the car. Okay, that's going to be interesting now. And let's heat up that thing. So how did it come to this situation? Really simple. As I explained in my yesterday's video, we were not able at all to find a normal accommodation in San Francisco last night. And so we decided to sleep in the Beamer. Yeah, I just washed my teeth, used the restroom, or the toilet as we would say in Europe, or the washroom as they would say in Canada. And yeah, I now finally understand why Tesla had something like the camping mode for their cars, because the US is really common to camp in the car in between travels. And they have like not ordinary fuel stations as we would have them on the motorway. They have really camping spots where you can sleep, where you can rest, where you can use the restroom, which is under CTV surveillance, and also cops driving by, so that it will be a secure place to stay overnight. And that's really interesting, because that one was the entry to our parking lot last night. And you see my hands are shaking. It's probably pretty cold outside. So guys, what do you think? How was it sleeping in the BMW? Not really comfortable. Let's say it that way. Because it's a 4 Series, so it's not station wagon. You have less space inside the car, but when you flap down the seats, it's still enough space to sleep. And what we decided, that if we will sleep another time here, we have to get some insulation or matress to sleep on, so that it will be more comfy, because like sitting on the seat is comfy, but sitting on the flat seat or sleeping on it is not really comfy, because it's down hard in the BMW. And yeah, in general, we did it the American style. I know this is not really European and it's forbidden in our country, so our last country we were living at, in Germany, to let the engine run. But this morning we actually turned on the engine once when I went to the toilet to heat up the car, to also dry out all the fog inside the car. And as you can see, what I'm just realizing is the cleaning company just arrived to clean everything here. So what means everything? They have a man and a woman toilet, and they are really coming and cleaning it up on daily basis. And as you can see, the cleaning guy just closed the female toilet in order to clean it. And yeah, that's really cool. We don't have something like that in Europe, that you can sleep on the highway legally. It's even forbidden, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty happy that we had our general repetition already when we were in Namibia, and got like small sleeping bags and pillows, because it really helped. And we tried all of our gear already while we were traveling across Namibia. Isn't that romantic? Seeing all the cars driving by. El Hotel BMW. Okay, this really reminds me of Africa, packing every day while we were using the tent. And yeah, stay tuned. We transferred our camper back to our car. We just reparked the car so that we wouldn't be in the sun anymore. And now we're going to have breakfast. Okay, what's this guy doing here then? Who's carrying his own fuel station with him, with his Ford F-150 pickup truck? See, and I was just reconsidering the whole thing with the rest areas in Europe. Yeah, well, Austria, we could say, have similar rest areas. is not even better. And now we figured out that there's a nice interesting statue over there. We're going to have a look. Well, unfortunately the way to the statue is closed. Well, yeah, it is what it is. I found the statue this morning when I looked up Google Maps to see where we're going to head next. And it would be interesting to see it, but if it's not publicly accessible anymore, it isn't, and not stored. Family over there stuck with their pickup since yesterday, and other people are already coming to help them to fix their truck. We're actually super lucky right now. We just drove into San Francisco and we got a call from one of the hosts from Couchsurfing, and he let us stay 2 days with him, and we're really happy about that. And now we're heading to his location, and the city looks really interesting. Well, it's really interesting how you have HO cars here, so hydrogen cars, as well as a Polestar next to us. Because in Germany you do not really see any hydrogen cars anymore, simply for the fact that we almost have no fuel stations to refill that cars. And here in California I had seen several of them, and most of them were in private hands. We just parked here in San Francisco next to a really interesting place, and I think slowly but sure I'm going to start going over to Apple Maps, because if I would navigate it here on Google Maps I wouldn't be aware where we had parked. And in just a few moments I'm going to show you where we parked and why I'm start preferring Apple Maps over Google Maps. We're at the place of Fuller House. San Francisco made a really good first impression to me, or impressed me. And we're currently at the place where they were shooting the outside sequence for Fuller House. And it's really interesting to be here. Our beamer actually accidentally showed us the place on the map. It's really cool to be here because I actually wanted to come here in the first place, and we were nearby, and so yeah, it's cool. I don't know how to describe it. My childhood is coming up. Okay guys, we have all the autonomous taxis here that we want to try it, so let's get the Waymo app. Oh no. My wife surprised me with ordering something from Too Good To Go, so we just went to that bake shop and picked up that candies, and we'll enjoy them in front of that beautiful view. Yeah, that thing really looks gravy. That thing looks more like going straight to the junkyard, especially from inside. It's really interesting. In the street like that in Germany you would be never able to park your car for free or without a residency parking. And it's really interesting. And here our parking spot was actually 2 hours for free. Only if you're a resident you will be able to park here as long as you want, except on Thursdays. There they're going to clean the street. As you can see, San Francisco is probably having issues with thefts out of car, including full car thefts. And for the exception of one car, I feel like at the BMW group car meeting. And I guess who does belong here. Some of you guys were wondering what kind of plates these are. That the temporary plates issued by the dealers. If you buy a car, you only have to provide. And then at the dealership, whenever you buy the car, they're going to print you out such plates, and they contain like dealership, the brand, your VIN number, and the expiring date. But only in American it just means the other way around. It means 5th of December 2023, and that's going to be the expire date of this plate. Also interesting, the 2017 means that's the year when the vehicle was built. And the cruise ship is just leaving the harbor. Actually, we're having right in front of us the legendary Alcatraz prison. We come back later another day.
And we just came back to make some pictures and saw that sticker. Nett hier, aber waren Sie schon mal in Baden-Württemberg? Yes, we lived there and we moved away.
I would be scared to park my car here. It's something else if you lift the car up and down the ramp in our garage, or if you permanently park it with such an angle. Of all of the cities we had visited so far, this is probably the one I liked from the beginning. And there we have another fully autonomous Waymo taxi. And here one of the nicest things of San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge, which is well surrounded by fog today, and I definitely need an iPhone Pro. We had just visited yesterday Apple Park, so Apple's headquarters with their visitor center, and we chatted with the employees there, and we asked them if we already would have an iPhone 14 Pro. Would it make any sense to switch over to the new iPhone 15 Pro? And he told us straight away, no way. Only if you would go to the 15 Pro Max, it has a little bit better enhanced camera. But if you would like to stay with the small device, you should stay with the 14 Pro if you have it already. This house is actually for sale, and they're having an open house today. And we had seen that in so many American movies, so that we decided to give it a look now. Okay, this is how a two-car garage looks like in a $3.68 million house. We're just on the area of this amazing house, which is going to be sold for a price of, well, they have an asking price of $3.68 million US. And that house was previously used as, well, how should I get it? College house. So the owners bought the house so that their kids could live there during the time they would graduate the university. And the funny thing, the whole neighborhood here is called Russell Hill. Just walked into Chinatown, and for the reason that a lot of people doesn't speak English here, they put the description and the translation in Chinese as well. We're now in San Francisco's Chinatown, and I can really admit that they see it looking much better here than, for example, in Chinatown, New York City. You even have some Chinese flags waving here around the buildings, which I'm going to show you too. And it's much cleaner, more civilized, and yeah, let's see how it looks like. And yeah, what do you guys think? Did any one of you guys ever have been in Chinatown in New York? And somehow I get the feeling that we're getting chased by the same guy today. something what I would like to share with you guys is I realized that the mobile internet is getting better and better since we're in California. Like in New York, we really had difficulties if we were driving in between two metro stations. As you can might see by our clothing, it's freaking cold here. We have really great license plates here, and I really like it that you can choose your license plate on your own here in California, or in general in the United States. Years I had to make an exception and want to use the... I'm just having the first issue with the BMW. I cannot clean the windshield because I cannot put the wiper blades into the service position.
The longer than normal wait time. Your call is important to us.
BMW roadside assistance in the US is more than bad. Terrible. Unterirdisch. Because I just called them and asked them, how do I put the windshield wiper into the service position? I'm not sure. I'm just, if you have a technical issue. Well, I'm experiencing currently a technical issue. I have a completely dirty windshield from inside and from outside, and I cannot clean it from outside because I cannot put the windshield wiper into the service position. Yeah, well, oh, I see, it's a rental
Front
car.
cover.
You should get in touch with your rental company. And I'm asking him again, do you seriously cannot explain me how to put the wiper into the service position? And he just answered, yes, I cannot tell you. In the past, you were simply pressing that button and it stood. Now you have to wait 1, 2, release the damn thing, and then it stops into the service position. By walking by and returning the cleaning instrument, I checked the fuel prices, and diesel is more expensive than gas, petrol, gasoline here. And also there's a difference if you pay by cash or with credit and debit card.